News Channel 3, where the news comes first.
Good evening. I'm Senerey de Santos. We begin tonight with a homicide investigation underway in Santa Maria. We begin tonight with officers accused of a brutal arrest. News Channel 3. Now, Oxnard police responded to an officer-involved shooting this evening. The incident happened just before 4 p.m. on the 2700 block of El Dorado Avenue. This fire started at 5:15 this morning. No homes are threatened, but that could change depending on the winds. And speaking of the winds, they're moving at 25 miles per hour right now. Two-time Olympic gold medalist seriously hurt in a biking accident in Hope Ranch. One person has been found shot to death in Port Hueneme. Police got the call just before 9 tonight. Welcome back. A group of dancers are being praised by Justin Bieber this morning after creating a one-of-a-kind video to the pop star's new hit,
What Do You Mean?
Joe, you know it.
A little bit.
Take a look.
What she's seen out there. Hey, Senerey.
Hey, Joey. Well, I am at Laura Reservoir in Santa Barbara. Now, this is the location where helicopters are picking up water to help put out the fire. Now, crews have been picking up and delivering water since 7 a.m. this morning.
Joins us live from Santa Barbara with this terrifying story. Senerey.
Yeah, that's right, CJ. It was a terrifying moment that had a heroic ending. A good Samaritan came to the rescue and chased off those suspects. This is the Purdell Tunnel. Now, it's actually the bridge that connects UCSB to Isla Vista. Now, when you walk underneath the tunnel, these lights will follow you on your way out, and it's all in remembrance of the victims of the Isla Vista tragedy. It started off as a beer for the locals grew, and before they knew it, 805 beer was being bootlegged into Northern and Southern California.
Where that memorial just got underway about 10 minutes ago. Senerey.
Yeah, that's right, CJ. I'm on the shore near the campus of UCSB, where you just mentioned the Paddle Out Memorial just got underway. Hundreds of UCSB students had their paddleboard, surfboard, any kind of floating device, and they just entered the ocean. The two-day search for this snake is finally over. The 6-foot albino cobra was found right here on this road in Thousand Oaks around 3 o'clock by a mother who was picking up her child from school.
Own cleanup.
Well, CJ, hazmat crews didn't get on shore until this afternoon, but before that, it was local volunteers who spent their morning doing what they could to clean up the mess.
It feels pretty hopeless. There's nobody here. There's no help. There's no supplies. The smell is getting us sick.
Fumes of spilled gasoline fill the shores of Refugio State Beach. What is usually a sight for surfers riding blue crashing waves is now black globs of oil. They were told to stay away, but a handful of local volunteers took it upon themselves to spend their morning buying supplies to help clean up the mess.
To be perfectly honest, am I professionally trained in oil cleanup? No. Is anybody else out there that's trained in it? I don't think so. So we were all just kind of doing the best we could with resources that we had.
Locals were disturbed that cleanup crews weren't sent sooner.
We need more buckets.
Christina Guerrero from Ventura pulled her daughter from school for the day to see if they could rescue any wildlife.
Nothing. It's too late. Everything that we found is already dead, deceased. There's nothing. So we decided to grab a shovel and start moving some of this oil.
Volunteers shoveled oil out of sea and off the sand and into buckets donated by Home Depot.
It was devastating. It was heartbreaking that there was nobody here to help. There's nothing. And we've been here all morning. These guys are my heroes. They've been breaking their backs trying to get this oil off the beach.
Authorities trying to keep the public off the beach because oil is considered hazardous.
This is toxic material, and we want people to stay off the beaches. We're not actively arresting anyone, but we really want the public to cooperate.
So they told us to call a number to have a volunteer release. We called that number and they said they weren't accepting any volunteers right now. We all decided collectively that it was worth a parking ticket or our cars being towed.
Caltrans is moving or not allowing us to park here. They said we'd get tickets. I said, go right ahead, but we weren't leaving. We're here to help.
If you hear, see, or even feel something unexplainable, who would you call? The joking answer would be Ghostbusters.
But they really do exist. I'm talking about the Ghostbusters. They really exist. The folks at Ojai Paranormal have been ghost hunting now for 6 years, and News Channel 3 reporter Senerey de Santos tagged along. And Senerey, you won't forget this story, will you?
CJ, I didn't really know what to expect, but it definitely wasn't what I experienced. Now, as you mentioned earlier, Ojai Paranormal, well, they are ghost hunters, but they really pride themselves on taking the fear factor out of their investigations. Their motto is, the spirits talk, they listen.
He'll catch out of the corner of his eye a shadow of the lady that jumped off the balcony, and he'll see it just like like, whoa, what was that? A lot of times I just kind of, you know, tell myself, did I really just see that? We were just walking around during the show. We walked up into the balcony just to make sure nobody was up there. So one of the seats was down, and we were looking at the curtain that's behind the seat. It looked like a head imprint. It looked like somebody was sitting there. And we didn't really think much of it. And then just the curtain floats forward, and we both just jumped, froze, and we turned around and just took off running. And we were like, oh, did that really just happen?
This isn't a trailer for a new paranormal activity movie.
I have to spend a lot of time back here by myself, and for my sanity, I pretend that I don't see stuff sometimes.
These are real experiences told by real employees at the Majestic Theater.
So is it safe to say that there's definitely some spirits in this place?
It's safe to say there's spirits in this place.
The theater that is located in downtown Ventura was built back in 1928. The historic landmark that was once known as a movie palace is now a venue for concerts and home to some very unexpected guests.
There's more than one. There's definitely more than one.
To prove it, they called the experts.
We're Ojai Paranormal. You probably already know. I'm Jill, Brandon. And the owner and employees have seen you and have experienced you. We're not here to make you leave.
Mostly just to have proof that something's here, because right now it's just stories.
We're actually here to get messages through.
Ojai Paranormal has been ghost hunting for 6 years, but how they got started is a story of its own.
Why we're so successful is that it's not only the three of us, but Jill's daughter, who passed away in a car accident 7 years ago.
Alicia Webb passed away at the age of 20.
Later in the week, I'm getting all kinds of signs and messages, cold air, smells, dreams. It almost makes you feel like you're kind of losing it.
That's when Jill and her neighbor Joe and Joe's son Brandon came together to start their own paranormal investigations.
She is the fourth member.
Our camera crew tagged along on this particular hour-and-a-half investigation.
Could you tell us what your names are? We know there's more than one of you.
We didn't hear much during the actual investigation, but what we did hear after reviewing the footage was shocking.
We know there's someone that likes to hang out up here. Is that you, Charlie? You like to watch what they do?
That's a temperature drop right here.
Could you please tell us what your name is? Could you please tell us what your name is?
The footage captured up to 10 different voices, including something that not even I was ready for.
What?
Go over there, because something just like messed my hair up. I'm not kidding.
That's kind of cool to have a personal experience, right? You're so
I don't know how else to word.
Do you know her? Could you tell us what your name is? Okay, I just got you. It's don't be afraid, because it's something that probably they used to do.
Ojai Paranormal gets called out to many different cases, but their main goal is to help families who suffer in a loss.
For me, it's been a healing process, knowing that she's around. I'm hoping to reach out and maybe help other families.
The term paranormal is something that science can't explain.
We confirmed to the employees and people that have been there that there definitely is spirit activity.
For many, they go into the investigation as skeptics.
I would say the main thing as well is the personal experience that you had.
And for some, come out as believers.
Go over there, because something just like messed my hair up.
Now, Ojai Paranormal provides their service for free. It's about helping people, and they're passionate about it. Live in Santa Barbara, Senerey de los Santos, News Channel 3.